Do you, is it like, what about the only thing I was thinking about was the physical geography of the thing. I mean, do, um, just, or just fuck it. I don't care. I don't, we'll just wing it. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, dude, whatever you want to do.
Let's
And
just do it. Okay, forget it. Yeah.
yeah, it's just a chance to play. And the one with Euler, we did a whole bunch of characters moving around and shit. And then with other
Oh,
people, it's one scene real time. So
fine. So basically, are you giving me free license?
yeah, man, that's the whole point of this.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. Let's just improvise.
But oh my God, I now have a piece of this cracker before. I'm ready when you are. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, buddy. So we've got one, two, three. Pick a number 1 to 17.
1 to 17. 4.
All right, buddy. Four, one, two, three. This comes from Michael, and our suggestion is take the census. Take the census in your language.
Take the census in your language.
Yeah.
All right. It's very nice to see you, Frank. It's our third date.
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm excited as well.
I'm very excited. You are so charming and so, well, I've told you you're handsome before, so you know this, but I agreed to have this date because I like you.
Oh, Frederick, I like you too.
Well, there are a lot of dates, a lot of options in the world,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
and I just thought that with some of your particular interests, some of the things that you told me, that we might be a good match.
Frederick, I'd like to say we are a good match.
So, what you were saying to me before,
Yes.
there was a moment, I must say, there was one thing that bothered me.
Oh,
Okay?
please, please tell us now's the time. Third date is the time you explain what bothers you.
I think so. Thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you.
You well, hey, thank you for saying thank you. Not a lot of people say thank you nowadays.
No, well, thank you for saying thank you because it's something, and also for doing this particular. I can't believe you do this as well.
You've touched my heart. Why, Frederick? Why would I not do that?
That's why I do this.
We are match
Oh,
made. We
you
are
do this
match.
too? You do this too?
Yes.
I have never met anyone else who does this and also this.
I mean, it's like second nature to me, Frederick. Yes, yes.
I've forgotten the questions I had for you, but
Oh, I remember you were going to say something that bothers you terribly about me.
ah, bothered me, or was nice about you?
I
Did I say
remember.
bothered?
Well, you said there was one thing that bothered you, and then we talked about how we both
No, I
wanted.
remember now. I remember now.
Okay, yes, yes,
I
yes.
remember
Feel
now.
free. Would you like more wine?
No, yes, yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, 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 that is a full one, as we say here.
Yes, we do say.
Prost?
Oh, toast.
Oh, no, 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 no. Do the sniffing first.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, sorry, sorry. You are not doing the sniffing. You are doing the smelling.
Do you want to do the sniffing or the smelling?
You, I'll do the sniffing, you do the smelling. But I think it's anyway. Yes. Mm, 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 Oh,
It is like you,
okay.
Frederick. It is earthy and a hint of dirt, just like you.
I'm not sure if that is a good thing or if you just insulted me.
What is better than the earth?
I must say though that I'm distracted because I also noticed that when you were doing your sniffing, you also closed your eyes. And I've never met anyone that also closes their eyes when we do the sniffing.
I have to get the full effect. I cannot keep my eyes open. I have to, and the reason also I have to close my eyes because I cannot look at you without being distracted.
Oh my God.
What were you going to say, Frederick? But we are. I've been interrupting you. What do you want to say?
My thoughts are everywhere now. I was going to compliment you, and then you just said you called me about the earth, and now, oh, from the sniffing and the smelling. Oh, I was going to say that you're the only, apart from, let me put my glass down. Apart from doing this, and
Yes.
also the what was
Yes.
the other thing that you were doing?
Yes.
You were doing this, and also, what was the second thing that I said that no one else has ever done before?
The first I did this, and
Yes.
then I did
Ah,
this.
yes. And also, when you were sniffing, you did the,
I
you
closed
closed
my
that.
eyes. Yes.
That's three things. The powerful three, the magical three. When I meet someone, listen to me now, be very,
You are very serious right now.
but you are so funny that it makes me feel funny, you know? How
Yes.
you say, you know?
No, that is how you say.
Good, it's good, good, it's good.
That is exactly how
You
you
do the
say.
three thing. You do the sniff,
Yes.
you do you do this,
And then
you
this.
do the and then close the eyes.
I mean, that is three of the five senses right there.
I mean, you know, it's very rare for me to meet someone who does all these three things. So anyway, have you looked at the menu yet?
As a matter of fact, I am ready to order.
Too distracted. Please,
K-
you know what? Oh, we could just, you know what? This menu is for shit. Excuse
Yes.
my language. You will get to know, I swear a few times. "Hmm, oh, I hit someone. It's a, oh, excusez-moi.
Pardon. Pardon.
Pardon, pardon. We are so sorry.
Pardon. So, we're sorry.
C'est l'amour. It's all right.
I
Anyway,
think you made the right move, Frederick, to throw it.
I
This
do
menu
too.
is shit.
It was shit. So let's just do the specials.
Yes.
You
What were you going to tell me that you were upset
know
about? Because
something that troubled me. I
yes,
can't help. I apologize, but you are so charming and so funny that I can't help. But I'm going to keep a straight face now for as long as I can.
are you?
No,
Oh
that did not last long.
no.
You're cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Okay, okay.
Can I
Mm.
ask you a question, Frederick?
Please, please. I love when sexy people ask me the question.
You are in a world famous band, and when you get on stage, do you play to one person or do you play to the entire arena? And is that too forward of me to ask? Then I won't ask it again.
No, no, it's not too forward for you. I play for God. I don't know. I play for the man upstairs. You know.
So that's
Oh, wait,
beautiful.
you just did the oh, this is going very. Oh, are you doing that naturally, or are you just trying to excite me?
What, Frederick,
Because you
is
let
that
me
exciting you? I don't mean to excite you, but if it
start
is,
to do all this. It's
take
very
off, take off your cravat. Remove your cravat. Loosen up,
really
good Frederick. Yes, loosen up. You have a
in
beautiful
here.
neck. Yes, you have a beautiful neck. Once you through the menu, all rules are gone out the window. Take off your cravat.
You want to see my neck?
I find
Okay,
I find it's the most sexy part of you.
this is a big deal for me.
I know.
Big deal for me. But for you, I take off my cravat. Just 1 minute. Just a
I
second. You
could
know
watch
what?
you.
Okay.
It's a very complicated knot.
I know I did this at home. It's coming. I just give me a minute.
You're
Son of
so
a.
sexy. You are so sexy. The way your fingers are moving, they are very long. Your
That's
fingers are extremely long.
because you know. Well, I won't say. We come to
Say
that
it.
later.
Say it. Say it.
Well,
Frederick,
because
you say it.
my father had long fingers. That's why. But damn it, for Pete's sake,
Oh, it's stuck?
God, it is stuck because I did the knot so well. I'm very good at doing knots, if you know what I mean. Anyway, excuse me.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Ah, ah. Psst.
Oh, pardonnez-moi.
Oh, pardon, pardon.
Pardon.
Pardon, Michel. Non, 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 c'est pas moi, c'est lui. Ah, pardon. Non, 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 non. Non. Ah, I
Your
think we.
neck. Your neck looks like it is carved from the hands of Michelangelo. It's bronze and it's beautiful and it's stunning and oh, never hide that again. Never hide your light under a bushel, Frederick. Dare I say that is the most attractive part of your body right there is that neck. Oh, that beautiful neck.
Did you say bushel?
Do not put your light under a bushel. Your
Ah,
neck is to be shown and showcased.
okay. Thank you.
It's beautiful, Frederick.
Thank you very much. I'm just stuck on the word bushel. I'm not sure if that is.
It's meaning in a basket. Do not put your light under a basket.
Okay.
Shine it from the tallest mountain.
I have removed the basket and hit the
Yes.
maitre d' with the basket.
Take that, maitre d'. Take that. We will hit you with a bushel again.
Screw you, Michel. Take my basket. Now listen.
Yes.
I want to ask you an important question.
Yes, please.
So you told me on the first date
Yes.
that you have an extreme hatred of the dog.
Yes. Yes.
What is the reason for this?
Why do I hate dogs?
Yes, because I have a pet chien. Her name is Lulu, and she's very cute. But you said you hate the dogs. Now, you are so amazing for you. If this, if we progress, I could get rid of Lulu. But just tell me,
My father left when I was 2 years old. He left us to raise sheepdogs. I never saw him again. Whenever I think of dogs, I think of my father. They represent something in me, and so I guess it is I who needs to change. The dogs are innocent, but I just have a hatred unexplained. That is why I hate dogs.
I have just fallen all much further deeper in love with you. You know why? Not because what you told me about this family story about the doggies, but because you were so sincere. And when you were saying the story, you went like this.
Yes.
Doggy.
Frederick, you kiss me right now. Frederick, kiss me.
Oh,
Turn.
oh,
Kiss me. Kiss me.
wait.
Frederick, kiss me.
Yeah, oh, the precious.
Let me feel that mustache. Let me feel your mustache on my face. You kiss me, Frederick.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was too dirty too early. I'm sorry about that.
Why do you do not apologize for love, Frederick?
I'm sorry. I was conflicted because Michelle was giving me the glare eye.
Yes.
He's in the kitchen now. It's okay. We are alone again. Okay, when you do this.
Kiss me again, right now. Kiss me again, Frederick. Kiss me again. I like how we are
Oh,
not
no,
near each other at all, but we are
no,
feeling so close.
With anyone else, I do not do the PDA.
Yes.
I do never the PDA. But with you, I do the PDA because it's you. And it's something, how you say.
Yes, I know how you say it. Is exactly how you say it.
Yes, you're right. Yes. So you were saying also on the second date, you said this on the second date, you said also that your mother was undergoing the operation de hip, which was very bad, and she was nearly on the bed of the death.
Yes.
Is she okay now?
Nobody would be as thoughtful as you to answer a
When
question
you
that is
let me stop you right there, because the minute you start, you oh, I can't. But you just did this.
my closest friends who have not asked me how my mother is. How do you remember that? And she is
I,
she is
I
better.
I'm starting. You just is this. I've never seen you do this, you do that, and you do this other thing, and then you do this.
Frederick, you are moving my body without me even knowing it.
Mhm. I
Kiss me,
I have this
gig it,
effect
kiss me again.
whoa. Oh,
Ooh,
oh, excuse me.
your mustache is so ticklish. Scene!
Oh, okay. Is that really? Is that it?
That's about 15 minutes.
I have no idea how long that was.
That was, yeah, dude, I can play with you forever. It's so, I mean, I love, you've always been somebody who it's just, you try to keep the train on the tracks and not go to Giggle Town. And it's so fun because watching you try to keep it in and recover is the best, man.
Anyway, are we still? Oh, is this still? Are we still? No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
No, no, we're still on, buddy.
Oh, we're still on. Oh my God. Oh, geez, knees. Oh dear me, that was ridiculous.
I mean, it's fun because like ever since I've known you for a while and it's always fun. You're so about the fun and
It's
playfulness.
got worse. It's got worse
Oh,
since then. It's got worse.
you mean better. I can't. People ask me about like breaking in scenes, and when I was younger, I would get so mad. But what I've learned over these years is we're with fun people who are going to make us laugh and do things that tickle us. And if you think you're not going to laugh in a scene with people who are fun and hilarious and silly, you're wrong. It's going to happen.
It's playing. It's playing.
Yes.
I can't help myself. It's so. I gave up trying to. I gave up trying to sort it out a very long time ago. I just can't help it. It's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
oh,
know, the people we know and the people we've worked with and done shows with are some of the funniest people on the planet.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's
Um,
so like you look at Brian Jack and you're like, he just is. I mean, he is
uh,
just a ball of energy, and you don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to throw himself in 100%.
I can't. I hadn't seen Brian for because of just distance and different countries and everything. I hadn't seen him for ages. And then when he came over to London, it was such a wonderful gift.
Yeah,
He was over there teaching these chappies and ladies, and obviously did a great job. And it was just like nothing, no time had passed.
yeah.
He's just so ridiculously hilarious that I could not even look at him. And then he did a ball scoop. He was like, whoa, whoa, and there's nothing you can do.
And
So much.
that's and I look back at the shows I've done and the teams I've been a part of and the groups I've been with, and more often than not the pre-show hanging out is the most fun part of that show. The show might be hit or miss, but beforehand or afterhand hanging out with those folks are the things I always will remember.
Absolutely. That horrible, slightly shitty, but ever so wonderful green room. Uh, and upstairs, but also downstairs was what, like the lighting booth or the bathroom?
It was the
Yeah,
light downstairs was a lighting booth at IO in Chicago next to the bathroom. So it was
yeah,
a lighting booth, and then upstairs was like I think every green room has some sort of little creatures living in it as well. So you would see sometimes these insects or these little rodents, and you're like, but it just reminds me of, in a way, that was the fun, memorable part is just being in those and doing bits with each other before the show.
absolutely. It was also wonderfully hodgepodgey and half eaten mattress and what's that? What is that, a Viking helmet in the
Yes,
corner? Yeah, you remember that?
yes. Well, there would be like one night you might see somebody come on stage riding a bicycle, and it's like they just grabbed it from the green room, or a Viking helmet, or just these costumes that never got taken home. They were just left there. So you just had a room full of just a coat rack and a Viking helmet and tennis rackets, and you just never knew what you were going to find back there.
And the lovely outside smoking area. Gosh, it's so sad to think about that. That's not there anymore. Oh, that's awful. Sorry to take it in that direction.
Well, no,
Um,
it's we did shows at Ion Chicago, which was in a place called Wrigleyville, and it was next to a big like where the baseball team played. So you would warm up in the back alley, and if you wanted to grab a smoke, you'd be in the back, and you
Literally would what? Absolutely.
in an alley next to garbage cans and next to sometimes these drunk fans taking a piss by the dumpster as you're doing zip zaps up.
That was not uncommon.
No.
And many cigarettes and many giggles. Oh boy, it's also. Oh, anyway, man, that's yes. I've got so many happy memories there.
What got you into improv? How did you start? Because you've got a background like more like I don't
Classic.
in
Yeah,
acting, but
yeah.
like what brought you to improv?
Because I was a odd mix. I grew up in UK, and then my mum passed away, and my dad remarried. We moved to New York, and so I was watching all the American TV stuff. Long story short, I ended up going to Lambda for 3 years, which is classical training in the UK in London. And then after that, I worked for a while as an actor in the UK. But I always thought, oh wow, I wonder if I could go to Chicago. I had this stupid dream to try and do improv and mix acting with it.
Wow.
We did it. We did a bit. We
Yeah.
did that show play for a while with uh, TJ and Dan
Yeah.
Backerall and several others, and we improvised a play. But before all of that, you know what? Jay. Frankly, the real answer is just to have a fucking giggle every night.
Yeah.
Was, I mean, really, because there were years before all of that that were just, oh my God. I would watch when I first I got there. I watched and just laughed all the time, and I thought, oh my God. Oh, you know what? My final answer is it's just all so much fun. It's all about the giggling and the lovely people. That's it, really.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
And you meet, I've never met a dumb improviser. They're the most
Never.
interesting people you meet. They're the most fun. And they, at times, it's like, can be the most genuine and vulnerable people. And you can have these, I mean, how many conversations have you had that were just like, really philosophical or like really talking to somebody about like where they come from or what they believe in like it might start in a comical place but it can very easily turn into this discussion and you can hear people's points of view and get to know them. It was amazing.
Oh my God, absolutely. That's a very important thing you just said. That you'd end up having incredibly fascinating and offshoot discussions about all sections, of history, Attila the Hun, the Roman Empire,
Yes.
uh, the Russian Revolution. Who knows? But yeah, improvisers were also so lovely and funny and open,
Hmm.
and from so many different backgrounds, business,
Yeah.
God knows what, and yeah, no, you're right. Good point. That's an important point. Um, and boy, oh boy, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with the current situation. I know what's going on in the theatres in the UK and Broadway, of course, but with improv. But I hope to God that these Cambridge scientists get a vaccine together fast and uh, uh, bring all of this stuff back because it's so important.
Do you think if rehearsed well enough and with the right people, do you think that I mean, they're doing it, Lynn Miranda Manuel does a little
Yeah.
bit of improv there. But what do you think about, honestly, if it's a improvised play, if it built on that thing in Chicago, do you think it could be done on a place like Broadway, on like the biggest stage
Oh,
or
sure.
the West End?
No, well, TJ and Dave did that a few times.
Yeah.
They would take over the the set of a Broadway show at sort of 10:15, 10:30 p.m. And they did it. So sure, yeah. And in London, I had a chat with them a couple of years ago. Sure, that's very possible. It's great, you know. You walk onto in fact, I think also Mischief Comedy that work with them on the play that goes wrong and all that. They do that. They've done that. So absolutely. I mean, what a wonderful thing to have. You've got a full set and
Yeah.
no, but TJ and Dave have done that. They did that. They did it a few times. I think in New York and maybe also in London.
Yeah, they did a show. It's a spin-off. There was a show in Chicago called Gravid Water, which kind of took over a set. But there was a group in the UK. I think I was talking to my friend Phil Whelans. I don't know if you know Phil, but he got started early on, and I think he did that where they kind of took over sets on the West End after, like 11 o'clock at night and would do improv there. So I think that's one of the next evolutions of this is to take it and to have a long run at a theater and where you're doing improvised, like dramatic one acts.
You're so right on everything you just said, and absolutely, uh, absolutely. When all this of this is sorted out and there's a vaccine or we just learn to live with it, etc.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. You're right. I think there have been some UK groups who've gone to the West End theatres, and I think that. But yes, no, Jay, you're very inspirational. Absolutely. There's a chap in London. Oh my God, I'm so bad with names. In London, it's the Free Association seem to be the sort of
Yeah.
most group, and there's a lovely. Oh gosh, he's going to kill me.
Hey, Damien, after this, we're going to work on math.
Oh my God. But yes, no, that needs to come back, and I think it yes, and there's another thing that they've started doing. Sorry, I'm going slightly. They somebody there at the FA. There's a girl, forgotten her name as well. I can, no. This is the thing. I'm terrible with names. She was fantastic. She got rather famous TV and film actors, and she would pair them with. And I went to two of the shows, and I introduced an actress to the show, and she did it, and she loved it. You've got one improviser,
And one actor.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the actor has a script in their
Yeah.
hand.
And the improviser doesn't know what the script is,
That's
and
it.
they have
That's
to
right.
improvise.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So no, so to answer your question, I think, sorry, but both of those things should 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 be taken up and should carry on as quickly as possible. But man, this freaking virus.
Oh. And it's, the I keep talking about it. The one like silver lining for me personally is that I get to reach out to people like you and people I haven't played, either people I haven't met or people I haven't just seen in a while or played with in a while and say like, "Hey, let's go on and let's see what happens. And wherever you are in the world, let's figure a time to make it work." And it allows us that connection, which is so lacking right now, is that need for that human connection with people.
It's great, Jay. And yes, you're capitalizing and making the most and making people happy
Yeah.
and making me very happy because this has been so much fun. And I'll do it whenever you want. I'm stuck here. I'm not going. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I think the next incarnation too is to reach out and go, hey, maybe we can put groups together who used to play together and do like a show where it's like, let's get former teams together. There's no reason that we can't do it now because we can just get together on Zoom. So get old groups together who haven't played in a while and do like a reunion show,
That's a good
you
idea.
know?
That's a good idea. and there's no reason we shouldn't do that.
No. The
Um,
only reason we don't do it is because you know as well as I do, improvisers are very lazy and
but,
nobody, nobody wants to do it.
but that might have changed now because
Yeah.
everyone at home, you know.
Yeah. There's no
Uh,
reason. I mean, we can figure time to do it. So that's the next like phase of this is okay. Those teams that like really love playing with each other, and then some theater said you can't, we're changing the schedule. Great. Now there's a chance for you to get back and reform, even if it's just a one time thing. And I think the shows would be amazing because the people would just have so much fun seeing each other again, and you would see that joy that like you don't always see in improv shows. You don't always see that joy, but playing with you was like you always had that level of like joy, and we're not afraid to get silly. And I think a lot of people sometimes are hesitant to get silly, so I really appreciate that with you is the silliness.
Jay, I love it. I love it. I'm at your service. I'll do this. I'll do this all freaking day long. Uh,
uh
I love
where
it. I love it. But yes, no, I think there are lots of people who in the improv community. Yeah, no, that's a good idea, Jay. I
yeah,
think that's very possible. Um, yeah.
where if people want to like follow you or connect with you, check out things you're doing, what's the best way they can do that?
I'm not a great. Again, I'm not. I'm not very good at all that stuff. I mean,
You're on Facebook. You're not like you don't do a ton of stuff on Facebook, but you're
no,
there.
not really. And I stopped posting pictures of where I am because my friends would text me and say, "Fuck off," because like, it's a pretty sunset or whatever. So I actually spoke to a friend of my sister's today, who is so interesting and amazing. Samantha Lundgren. She's a forensic psychologist. She does all sorts of interesting stuff. And she said to me, "Stop posting." I don't think I've posted a picture of where I am for the last 4 weeks. But no, how do I? Oh man, Jay, that's very kind of you to ask. But I'm on Twitter, but I don't really do much there, and the theaters are closed. So
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest, I mean, Six, the musical, which I'm involved with, is reopening in London in a
When?
few weeks. In a few weeks,
Well, that was going to. It was getting set to open on Broadway in March.
that's why I was in. That's why I was in New York.
The week, like of the pandemic, dude. I mean,
Yes.
it is just you get there and then it's like, wait, what the fuck is happening now? And that was it.
Well,
So
here's a exactly. Here's a little brief insight into the so that it was due to open on March the 12th at 7 p.m.
oh fuck.
And the producer, my dear friend Kenny Wax, had I don't know at least 15, 20 people from his office come over, and Broadway shut. They announced that they were shutting at 3:30 p.m. So we all had we were all in a restaurant together, like, oh wow, we're here, the play's not opening, what do we do? And I said, well, I'm going down to Nassau tomorrow to be with my parents. And then Kenny flew back, but sorry, I often get lost in my own conversation. But basically, yeah. Anyway, Kenny is he's great. He's very entrepreneurial and also has a great interest in helping. In London, in the West End, we lost 17 billion pounds and 400,000 jobs overnight.
Jesus.
So Kenny is doing his level best, and he's I think Six is one of the first shows to reopen in the West End. It's opening in a couple of weeks, no, I think mid-October, early
Wow.
November. So and it'll be on a socially distanced basis and etc. But yes, and Broadway, yes. So yeah, that didn't happen, obviously. Oh, what I was going to say was that, sorry, I'm a terrible rambler. I'm sorry, Jay.
Never apologize, buddy. Never apologize.
It's it's a bit better that we didn't open and then have to close. It was a
Mm.
bit better that we couldn't even open, because if that makes sense, because when Broadway does finally reopen, which we're hoping will be the spring, but maybe I've heard people now saying May or June, but whenever it is, we're very lucky with Six because we have a wonderful following, a very loyal group of followers and great numbers. So when it reopens, it'll be exciting, and I think it might be one of the first shows that reopens on Broadway. But man, thousands and literally hundreds of thousands of people have lost their jobs, and billions of not just the theater, lighting designers, directors, costume designers, stagehands, performers, cafe owners, restaurant musicians. I mean, it's been devastating, as we all know, for everyone. Hotels, the sort of the service industry is on its knees.
I mean, people forget. They think, of course they think the actors that lose their job doing that, but like you said, you don't understand all the other people and the behind the scenes people that a lot of folks who go to the theater or just aren't in that world don't understand the amount of work that goes into something like that. Then the stuff around the theaters, like you said, the cafes, like the transportation, all those things that go into it's such a huge industry. And when things go to shit, people don't turn to math, they turn to the arts. And they turn to this, and that's what gets people through. Music, movie, all of that, and for on the West End, for Broadway, the hit that it's taken, and you and I both have so many friends who are in that field in one way or the other, and it's like they're still trying to get it back. And so when that finally does reopen, man, that will be huge. You'll see just an uplift of spirit.
Well put, and thank you for saying that, and well put, Jay. That's great. You're absolutely spot on. Yes, I mean, because human beings, we are social animals, and we need and rock concerts, sporting events, all of these shared human experiences are so important. And I have to come back to live theatre, to just in case. Now I suddenly became conscious of it. If anyone's watching this, I must put forward the message, which you've already done very well. But yes, we're low on the list. You've got schools, you've got hospitals, and arts in every country is rather low on the list. But think about, for the UK, tourism. And also, we've had people like Sam Mendes. Everyone's come to the front. All the actors, all the directors, all the writers. Oh my gosh, so many people are out of work.
Yeah.
But let's, on a positive note, no one's disappeared, no one's died, everyone's there.
It's coming.
It's still there, and
it will be back.
Yes, it will be, and when it comes, it'll be freaking awesome, dude.
Yes. Think about that first, like when you go to see even that first preview.
Oh my God.
I mean, even if people are socially distant, even if it's not a full theater, the fact that, it is that group shared experience that we're doing the best we can with things like this. But you and I both did not get into improv for one day to think, man, I hope we're separated. I hope we don't do this next to each other. I hope we're in different rooms and not connecting as well as we can. So I think it's coming back. I do think it'll be, I think it'll be sometime in the next year where we'll start getting back, and we'll eventually kind of get back to where we were, but it just makes you appreciate it even more.
Absolutely. And also, let me just throw in there, I spoke to a doctor friend of mine who I try to chat with as often as possible to get an update. Musicians, classical musicians, people who are members of orchestras, and I have a friend of mine who's a doctor in Cheshire, in the north of England, not too far anyway. But she said that her neighbors' children are both, these are classically trained musicians from from London, and they can't perform, so they're teaching online. Oh dear, yes. So, but anyway, positively, when it comes back, it's gonna be fantastic for musicians and theatricals and improvisers, and yeah, I mean, boy oh boy.
It's coming, man. It is coming, my friend. Dude, it was awesome seeing you again. Fucking great playing with you. And whether it's face to face on a stage or virtual, I can't wait to play with you again, man. And
Okay.
I'm
You're
gonna
the
look
boss.
into.
Whenever you want, I'm here.
All right, buddy. You're the best, man. Thank you for making me laugh. It's great seeing you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much.
See you, buddy.
You've made my month.
I love you, man. I'll see you soon.
Love you too. Love you too.
Bye.